Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And in this video, I wanted to talk about this picture. And you may ask, why is this picture relevant? Just looks like old beat up equipment that's getting ready to be thrown away. So, for roughly a good year and a few months now, T-Mobile has been touting standalone 5G. And many people are asking, is it true standalone? What is the definition of it? What's the actual requirements by the 3GPP? Well, in order to achieve a true standalone 5G core, you of course have to have dedicated spectrum that's not attached to LTE. And then you would have to have a actual voice over NR connection, which we know is not out yet. It's coming, but it's not officially out yet. So that way you can actually make a phone call over that true 5G core standalone network. So that's one part of it, but another part of it is actually doing the groundwork. And that is technically what you're seeing here. So this is the synergies at work. T-Mobile keeps saying synergy. What essentially unlocked the higher spending on capital for them came from the synergies. They didn't necessarily increase the CapEx. It increased with the synergies. So they pretty much just took their capital that they invested as a standalone and Sprint's, and they combined it, and then they got to the 11.7 to 12 billion annually, at least for this year and next. They have discussed a guidance that lowers the CapEx. I mean, we'll see how that works out in the future. But this is what you're seeing in this picture is the synergies at work. So not only to go standalone, you have to, of course, rip and replace your legacy equipment at the top of the site. So you have to physically touch radios and panels and equipment. With T-Mobile, we know it's the N41, and then they're putting in dual radios, LTE 5G radios. So I give T-Mobile that. They've been able to do that at a very rapid pace. So they have, I would say, some of the most modernized radios on a larger scale. Verizon and AT&T are behind on that. That's, T-Mobile is not lying about that. When Neville Ray says Verizon and AT&T have to invest and work through that, they're going to have to do that. So once both AT&T and Verizon get started on C-band, they will have to initiate the one touch again. Well, at least AT&T, because they've previously done that with FirstNet. But a one touch scenario has to be initiated. You go to the site and then you upgrade everything. You modernize the whole setup to get to DSS and then NR on C-band and then standalone as well. So this is why T-Mobile feels they have a significant lead, because they're doing this as well. So like I mentioned, one part is touching the site at the top to physically actually replace the legacy radios and the panels. Now, what's also necessary is the baseband units at the bottom. You have to also, in some cases, rip and replace that old legacy equipment as well and put newer state-of-the-art equipment, which is, it's an investment. It's not cheap. You want to go with top-of-the-line equipment on this so you have everything in line to work and communicate beautifully. And that's also what T-Mobile is working through. Do they have to do that at every site? No. Some of that equipment is newer, but some of it is outdated. And that's essentially what you're seeing here from what I'm being told from a buddy Terrell. I will leave his channel to his YouTube in the description down below so you guys could check him out. But he's been telling me this is a very quick upgrade. He spoke with the tower crews. They've been there a few days now. This was specifically for T-Mobile. They upgraded the radios. They put new panels, the N41 panels, and then they got to work at the baseband unit. They ripped all the old cabinets, put new cabinets, and now they're on their way. It's already active and live. So that's essentially how T-Mobile achieves that 5G standalone and the 5G core. They have to actually build it. This is not a software upgrade. And in some cases, it will be. It will be in some cases, but in other cases too, in more rural sites that are older, you have to physically go and invest and rip and replace all that old stuff to gain newer technology with newer software. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. I just wanted to make this brief video. This is an ongoing build out for T-Mobile. It's going to slow down eventually because they'll eventually get to a high enough percentage. But this will be ongoing to where they have to modernize sites both at the radios and panels and then at the baseband units as well. So that'll be an ongoing thing. That's something that everyone had to work through eventually. That's why Sprint's network vision was so forward-thinking and future-thinking, because it was something that all carriers were eventually going to have to do. Sprint did it ahead of time. It did cause them a lot of service interruption and outages, which is something that we're seeing on T-Mobile too. But at the end of it, Sprint had more newer state-of-the-art equipment and greatly built sites. They just didn't have enough of them. But that's something that they worked through year after year. They got better and better and better. But during that process, people were dropping calls, just issues that were happening that you just couldn't stay with the network at that point in time. So churn spiked, and I mean, the rest is history now. Now we got the new T-Mobile. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. If you have been on the channel or you're new to the channel and you have not yet liked, shared, subscribed, make sure you do so. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when I do upload content. Make sure to follow the social media outlets for more updates and interactions. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. Thanks again for watching.